الطفلة لن تبلغ من العمر 4 شهور وهي تعاني من نقص شديد في الوزن نتيجة سوء تغذية حاد جدا. الغالب هذا طبيعة هذول الأطفال المرض المعرضين غالبا يكون عندهم حساسية للحليب البقري. وللأسف لا يوجد بديل حاليا داخل قطاع غزة نتيجة الحروب وإغلاق المعابر وعدم توفر أنواع الحليب الخاصة العلاجية. فيش لحوم نهائيا في السوق، فيش أي نوع مصدر للبروتين. المعلبات تقريبا خلصت في السوق، فيش غذاء نهائيا. يعني حتى الأطفال السالمين، الأطفال بدون أي أمراض مزمنة صاروا بيجونا في أعراض حادة لنقص غذاء، ضعف شديد، هزلان شديد، نوبات متكررة من النزلات المعوية، كله نتيجة ضعف المناعة. فيش مناعة عند الأطفال لأنه فيش غذاء سليم يعني يبني جسدهم من الناحية الصحية.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. We're back with another video. So before I get started, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekahak Wadas, to the elder apostles, the elder bishop of Great Millstone, and the men on down who I learn from daily. I'd like to give double honor, shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the hopeful elect, shalom. This is a video I'm going to call Future Visions of the Famine to Come. Future Visions of the Famine to Come. And as we've seen in this video, this is a situation that's going on in Gaza right now. You know, with the Israeli making sure that these people don't get no help. So you're watching a scene where a bunch of kids are basically starving to death. And sad it is, we know it's the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that he's causing all this to happen. Who the world ignorantly called God and Jesus. They're the ones who's making this happen. Because we're in those final days, like final hours of the final days. And a lot of this stuff is going to ramp up more and more. So for a lot of the people out there who think that everything is fun and games and things are just going to shift back to the way they used to be, no. This is about to be a lot of people's reality. Matter of fact, the whole world reality. A lot of people will have to watch their kids starve to death. They will see them malnutrition. They will continue to have children in a state of no food, starvation. Their body can't really get a child development, nourishment that it would need, because famine is coming not just to Babylon, but to the world as a whole. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is the one that's bringing it. Remember in Matthew 24, one of the signs of the end time would be famine. Like I said, this is not a famine going on over there. It's the war. But this video is a future. The video we just watched is basically a scene of things to come. That's what I meant. Salakia. Alright, we're going to start at Matthew 24. This is Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against king. Matter of fact, let's go back a little bit. Alright. We're going to start at Matthew 24:2. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, see ye not that these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here. Not there. 3. That's what I wanted. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciple came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the signs of thy coming in the end of the world? See? Now that we set this up, let's go back down to 7. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. See, those famines are going to lead to that situation as you see, where many children, many people, parents, grandparents, however you want to put it, many people will watch their loved one pass away through the famine that Yahweh Ba'ashim Shai is going to bring. And we just seen Yahweh Shai telling his disciples that these would be the signs of the time of his coming in the end of the world, basically an end of age. And you're going to have to watch as your sons, your daughters, your mothers, your fathers, your sisters, uncles, aunts, cousins, nieces, nephew, somebody in your family, you're going to have to watch them waste away as you see those kids by the family, by hunger, by the starvation that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is going to bring. And before we go, we're going to go get that word famine. Because this is about to be a real thing in the earth, especially here in Babylon, as we've seen the shipping containers from the other nations, which we got most of our food and products from. They no longer come anymore. So, more likely going to be pretty soon that Babylon will go through this situation of great famine. And it's coming from the people who they put above them. They don't realize that their own government is the one who is initiating this man-made famine. That's the whole point of the tariffs. Lamos, scarcity or harvest or famine. Lamar's problem from G3007 due to the idea of destitution, a scarcity of food, dearth, famine, hunger. And we're going to see a lot of that coming up, man. That video is only a small snippet of the famine that would come over this place. And not just this place, also through the world. Because, man, to watch somebody die from hunger and not be able, not have the power to do anything, that got to be a hurting feeling. When you have no power to stop it because there's nothing you can find to give them to eat. That's why the Lord says it's better to die by the sword than by famine. We're going to get there here in Lamentation 4 and 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through the want of the fruits of the field. Yeah, man. Look at them. Look at that video. Look at them kids' faces. How that starvation where your body starts to eat itself just to try to keep itself alive. You no longer have the energy to move around. Your body can't fight off diseases and stuff like it used to. You're susceptible to anything. A cold would take you out. At least with the sword, you know it's coming quick. But with that famine, I think, matter of fact, let's see. I think it take like 3 days for someone to die. Does it take to die from hunger? Here we go. Let's see. I think I got Minecraft. I'm not worried about Minecraft. Oh, in Minecraft. That's why. Salakia. I should have paid attention to that. Alright, let's check this out. How long can you live without food? Experts do not know exactly how long a person can live without eating, but there are records of people surviving without food and drink between 8 and 21 days. Estimate how long you can live without food are based on events where people have survived being trapped or buried alive, as it is not ethical to carry out such experiments on humans. So basically they're saying between down there 3 weeks, a week to 3 weeks, someone can survive without having food. And man, that's saying a lot. Let's see, let's try this right here. Look at that, man. Reason why you survive so long, your body would start eating on itself. All the stored up fat that your body would have, it would eat that first, then your muscles, then going on down to your organs shutting down and things like that. But think about it. Let's say you survived them 21 days. How about Shema Shah put the spirit on you where you survived those 21 days? And you know how hard that is? Just laying there, starving to death. That's why I said it's best to just be slain with the sword. It's best to just stab me. Even if I leak out slow, it won't be no 3-4 days. Maybe a few minutes, an hour at max, and you out of here. But with hunger, with starvation, man, you just gotta lay there and take it, man. And as you see, man, them kids are in pitiful case. That's not something you really want to see. But Yahweh Shem Shai make sure it's gonna be something a lot of people see. They're gonna have to feel that heartbreak of their kids pining away for hunger, for the want of the food or the field, and they won't have no power to be able to get it. Let's say, even if they did have somebody that broke into the house with a weapon and took that from them. Because during that time, it's going to be a lot of looting for the people who have it, from the people who don't. Because they're going to have to watch their kids pine away like this, watch their loved one pine away like this. Matter of fact, let's go into that phrase, pine away. But it's a terrible thing, man, to have to die by starvation. Who really want to see their loved one do that? Nobody, man. Nobody would want to see someone they loved and cared about having to die a slow death like that. But that's what Yahweh Shem Shai about to bring to the earth. A severe famine to where that will become an everyday thing. Zob. All right. To flow, to gush, issue, discharge, to flow, gush, to die, to pine away, to flow. See? Basically to die. Primitive, to flow freely as water, i.e. specifically to have a sexual flux. Figuratively, to waste away. And that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to watch a lot of your people waste away. You're going to have to watch them die slowly. Now, before I leave, I want to get this into God's Words translation. Let me see what they got. All right. Those who were killed with the sword are better off than those who are dying from starvation. Those that were stabbed bleed to death. The others are dying because there is nothing in the field to eat. See, it's better to just bleed to death. Even though it's going to be painful, that pain only lasts for that moment. But as you've seen, with starvation, they're like, man, people can last up to 21 days with starvation, man, you just suffer. There ain't no end. Then once it get to the point where you can't even move, can't help yourself, you just gotta lay there and wait and hope that Yahweh Shem Shai take mercy upon you and get you up out of here. And that's coming to the earth. This is 2nd Ezra 16:23-24. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of the famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And that's what's going on. This is going to happen. That video is just a preview for a lot of people. This is what's going to happen thanks to Yahweh Shem Shai. As we see here in 2nd Ezra 16. He said, for many that dwell upon the earth shall perish by famine. A slow, painful, agonizing death. With your stomach just rumbling. You can't even get up and move. You can't help yourself. You can't help your family. You just got to watch everybody slowly pass away. Verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out of dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. Think about it. Wherever you lay, your final spot you sit down, or Salaki, the final spot that those, the 2/3 and the heathen nation sit down to die, that's where they're going to stay at. There won't be nobody to help them. There won't be nobody to bury them. You just died of starvation laying right there in the middle of the street. And that's going to happen to a lot of people because they're going to be out looking for food, trying to find sustenance, but it won't be enough. And this is all the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, that he bring about this great famine to this place, to the world, for all the evil that has been done here. All right? I'm going to go here, 2nd Ezra 15-57. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. See? You're going to be out there looking for food. Try to help feed your children, feed yourself, but it won't be enough. You won't find nothing. And those who do, going to try to take it from someone else. And guess what? They just might find that person who has a weapon and going to put them down. So you might not even make it back to that starving child with anything, because you're going to be laid out in the dust. And that child is going to have to die by itself. I know y'all thinking, man, that's a horrible thing to say. Yeah, but it's the truth. This is what the prophet Ezra seen. That these kind of situations are going to happen here in the last days. And it's all through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is why you got to fear the Lord. Because he's going to become a terror to this world that he created. He's going to allow famine to destroy people, as we've seen in that video with those kids. That's the only reason they're like that. If Yahweh Shem Shai really wanted supplies to get to the old people in Gaza, it'd have been there. But he didn't want that. He's showing the world, hey, this is what I'm about to bring to everywhere. Prepare yourself. Because only his elect will be the ones that survive this. We're going to end out here in Jeremiah 15:1-2. This goes back to when Israel went a horn again, which pissed off Yahweh Shem Shai. So he got on their ass and kicked them out. All right. This is Jeremiah 15:1-2 in the GNT. Then Yahweh said to me, even if Moses and Samuel were standing here pleading with me, I will not show these people any mercy. We're talking about Judah then. But now he's directing this to the whole world. Make them go away. Make them get out of my sight. When they ask where they should go, tell them I said this. Some are doomed to die by disease. That's the pestilence that Yahweh Hashem said he's going to bring upon the world. That's where they would go. Others were doomed to die in war. Remember, Yahweh said there's going to be wars in the final day. So guess what? That's where they would go. Some are doomed to die of starvation. That's where they would go. And that's coming. It won't be a safe place to go to, man. You just can't, well, I ain't going to be in the United States. I go here. No, Yahweh Hashem is bringing famine throughout the world. Throughout the world, man. So it's not just going to be one place tasting this famine. Everywhere going to taste it. There is nowhere you can run from the Most High. If he wants you to die in a certain place, that's where you're going to be. All right, and the others are doomed to be taken away as prisoners. That's where they would go. And that goes to the elite of the Edomite nation and the rest of the nation rulers who gonna be hid out in bunkers and things like that with food. Y'all gonna go into captivity. Y'all gonna be the first fruits. But for those who fought to die by the starvation, that's what Yahweh Hashem is gonna make you do. For those who are gonna die by the disease and pestilence, that's how you're gonna go. Those who are gonna be doomed to die in World War III, hey, that's gonna be your way. Yahweh Hashem has all these things planned out. And we seen Yahweh Shai in Matthew 24 said these things are coming. So here in the last days, if you ain't in this truth, if you ain't repenting, heck, if you ain't even an Israelite to be able to do those things, these things are what's waiting on you. Either pestilence, war, or starvation is waiting on you. And for those who do survive, that's not of Israel, prepare yourself for captivity. That's where you would go. But I hope this video is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.